I'm so lonely I could die. I'm so lonely I want to die. I'm trying to think, did someone write that song like Hank Williams? I'm not sure. But you know what it's like because the Beatles came out with a top selling song, something like Where'd All the Lonely People Come From? Where'd all the lonely people come from? And as I look on YouTube, I see people putting their picture, usually on TikTok. These are beautiful people. It doesn't matter if they're beautiful or like me, pretty plain, not quite totally ugly. So anyhow, here we go. Who chooses us to date? You ever think about that? These TikTok people, they probably use filters to make themselves look 10 times more attractive. And they'll say, I'm 40. Would you date me? Or this will say, I'm 35. No one will even look at me to date. Now, I think they've done some photography on them to make themselves look more like 25 or 20. But they'll be up there at 50, 55 saying, nobody will date me and they'll be beautiful. Well, everybody could be beautiful. I guess if I did stuff to my face and put whatever men's makeup would be on my face and whatever filters I could get to enhance me on this show, I might have at least one or two people saying, "Hey, I'll date you, Jim. Jim, I'll date you." Yeah, I could do that too. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know how to do that stuff. Do you? Do you know how to do TikTok and X and all these other social medias? This is about the best I can do. And I do have my poetry, some of the poetry on my Facebook, which is under my name, Jim Wortham. If you want to be my friend, message me as well as hit the friend button, and then there's a double chance that I'll catch it real fast and be my friend, and I won't be so lonely anymore. Where do all the lonely people go to? I wonder that sometimes when I look at the YouTubes. There's one or two guys on there that will take TikTok and will take all these women saying their bad experiences with men. And for a while, I was listening to this guy every night. He'd be on the right side of the screen and he'd play the TikTok or whatever social media on the left. And he would say, I'll tell you why nobody asked you out on a date. And then he'll go ahead and tell you why, uh, uh, what their problem is based upon what they're um, saying. And he has a lot of views. Let me tell you that he's got a lot of views. Um, I get things that's kind of curious that I'll share with you. There are things like this. People will want to engage with me from other countries. You know where I'm going with this, don't you? Don't you? On YouTube. And they may hit me on the messenger side and they say, I looked at your profile and you're just the guy I'd like to talk to. And also, when I was active on Skype, um, they would, women, don't think I ever had a man contact me and tell me he's infatuated with my profile. And I talked to some of these people, not many, on Skype. Now, Skype is a place where you can see a person. Well, let me say most of them didn't want to be seen. In fact, so many of them just wanted to type text. Well, you know what's going on there. They want to come over here and get to know me and get married and for me to pay for the plane ticket over. Or well, it starts off this way. Can you help me with my iPhone bill? Well, I don't even own an iPhone. So when they throw a figure out, I can buy another phone like this for the which is an Android, Samsung. I can buy it for as much as they're asking for help to reactivate the time. I guess iPhone over in other countries charge a lot for the phone. To here, I pay $25 a month for unlimited everything. I bought this off of Amazon for $69. That's how I do things. That's how I roll. Shop around. So I've gone off Skype. I don't even know if it's active now. It could be, but I don't think so. Um, but on Facebook, they'll hit me on Messenger and they'll say, "I'm really impressed about you on Facebook," and I'll play with them. I'll say, "What is it? What is it that you like about me on Facebook?" Well, I don't know where they got my name, but it's obvious that they didn't know me from Facebook because they didn't have any information about me. And if you look on Facebook under my name, there's quite a bit there, including books I've written, poetry that I share. Um, every once in a while, I'll share something halfway intelligent. And what I mean is meaningful, and people will respond. Other times I'll maybe just share a picture. Right now, the last picture I shared was a bunch of puppies dressed up for Halloween, and they were very cute. And I put on there, these doggies, they think they get to celebrate a holiday or event like Halloween for a whole month instead of just a day. And they did the same for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I said they just barely got out of kindergarten, so give them a break. That's the type of way I roll. So we're talking about being lonely, aren't we? What we do, what I would do now is keep a notebook of everybody I'd meet and with their phone number and my communication with them, what if it was good or bad, and what we talked about. It's always good too to put their family information in there. So when you call them up, you say, "Well, how's your mother Mary? How's she doing? I know she was sick when we talked last time. Is she doing any better?" So I would keep a notebook, um, and or notebooks if you have a lot of people you meet. And I put things like that. Your brother, how's your brother doing? Did he make it in medical school? Or did he flunk out of the second grade? But you'd know that. It bonds you with the other person. And don't do like I did. I was so lonely, so shy, that what I would do many times is call people. And this was the time when you dialed. You ever seen those? They're like this, and they have a dial in the center, and then on the sides you can hang up, put the um, phone handle on it that you talk on. So I get down to the last number or two and say they don't want to hear me. They don't want to talk to me. They'll turn me down if I ask for a date, and I'd hang up. And as I mentioned in other videos, I would sometimes go to other schools to their dances to hopefully meet someone that would want to go out on a date with me. And that, I want to say, sometimes I may even go to two schools in one night. They were usually Catholic schools for girls only, so they called them sop sock hops. Like you're in your socks and you're hopping. So guys from other schools would go, and of course I was a good candidate because I was so shy nobody really hung out with me at Pleasure Ridge Park High School. Maybe 3 people I dated there, maybe 3. And I graduated from there, by the way, fortunately. Uh, so when I went to college, I decided I'd remake myself. And that didn't go too well the first college I went to. So I dropped out of that college. I was going to go to the Vietnam War, but decided at the last minute that Western Kentucky University was starting late in February. And I thought I'd go there. I didn't think they'd take the grades I already had. They did, except for the F and the D. Can you believe that? I did this in college. And so I went to Western. I was going to remake myself again. So I'd go up to a table in the snack bar at the college, on the college campus, and say, can you use any company? That's a good starter. Can you use a little company? Now, if it was just one girl, you'd be probably in better luck than if there were 3 or 4 girls there. But sometimes 3 or 4 girls, um, they're lonely too. They'll say, "Sure, have a seat. Have a seat. We haven't met you before. What's your name? What are you? Are you a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, graduate student?" And I was able to meet some people there. Now, I'm going to tell you the number one place I met girls that I dated. You're not going to believe this, but I did laundry at a laundromat, and I would go into the laundromat and I would look around after I got it started. I'd look around and see if there's any single girls sitting by themselves around my age, and I would find them because they had to wash their clothes too. And that's where I met quite a few. One last thing before we close this thing. Her name's Maria, and she was in a snack bar. She was trying to get a Coke that she paid for. And she was beaten on it because she put the money in the Coke machine, but she couldn't get the Coke, whatever drink she wanted. So I came over to her, and I got a cruddy sense of humor. I said, "Honey, you're not doing this thing right. You got to just pick up your foot and slam it against that Coke machine to make it come out." And she smiled, and I said, "Hey, let me put in 50 cents and try it again." Put in 50 cents, got her whatever Coke she wanted, and we sit down and dated forever. So I met people at the laundromat. I'd sit down and say, "Are you going to Western?" "Yeah." We start talking about the classes. So I met people at the laundromat. Met people in the snack bar. I met people trying to get a Coke out of a Coke machine. I was shy. I had to do the best I could. Oh my God! I got to show it. I got to share something terrible. An ending. I decided I'd make a new friend every day. This actually happened. I did that. It'd be at night. Usually in the evening, people would be sitting around with a book, looking at the book, waiting to go to class, a night class, and I'd always made sure they were by themselves, and I'd go over and say, "Is it okay if I sit down here where you are?" And they'd say, "Yeah." And I said, I'm trying to make a new friend every day, and you seem very, very friendly. I mean, just by observing, just by passing by and seeing you, you seem very friendly. Would it be okay if we just talked a little bit about our college experience?" And they say, "Sure." Every day I would do this. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't think that I thought I was some type of super guy, super good looking, super with super lines to throw out. That was it. Uh, and they always said, "Yeah, yeah, have a seat, and we'll talk. I'm waiting to go to a class this evening." So meet people that way. Um, was I still lonely? Off and on, but I can control it that way. That's why I'm sharing this. Is different ways to control not being lonely anymore. And I didn't keep a notebook then, like I suggested. I wish I had of, because I didn't get their phone numbers half the time. And I certainly didn't get what grade they were in, or what classes they took, or anything like that. So I missed a lot of opportunities that now, with the wisdom of years, I would do things different. So if you're lonely, you can change it. And if you're a lady listening to this, a girl, lady, older lady, same thing. Just be polite and say, um, if you're in a restaurant, just say, "I'm going to have a cup of coffee. Is it okay if I join you for a few minutes?" And if the guy's by himself and then it's not expecting his wife to come by or another date, he might be lonely too. And he'll say, "Sure, have a seat." And then the sparks spark. Thanks for joining me. If you like this, I'll probably do more of these because I'm getting crazier as I do these, and I try to make them all factual. And as you can tell, nothing is scripted. I'm going to use the talk from my experience. So thank you, and if you want to subscribe, um, please do. I'm almost up to 200 now. I was surprised. It jumped from like 160 to close to 200 over the last couple days. And if you like it, feel free to like it. I'll do more of these on how to deal with being single, how not to be lonely, how to find dates. I've been through it, you know. I can share a little wisdom. Thank you for listening. You take care.